good evening, viewers. You're watching the Saturday edition of 6 Stories at 6. I am Rakshita Mishra with you. We start the stories with the big counter from S. Jaishankar. Well, India has been continuously maintaining its strong position and sending out stern message. And yet again, it's S. Jaishankar who has sent out the message clear that it's only nation first for India. No compromise on that. Story number 2 is the Dharmastala hoax. Our Republic TV has unmasked the masked man and the others behind it. We'll tell you each and every detail. Republic Kannada leads the coverage with its news breaks. Also, shocker coming in from Greater Noida. The woman is burnt alive for a dowry, and this happens after 8 years of marriage. This is a horrific video that has gone viral, and we'll get you all details and updates on that. Story number 4 on the show is illegal betting case has led to the arrest of a Congress MLA in Karnataka. Story number 5 is businessman Anil Ambani and his company Arcom has been booked by the CBI. So after ED's raids, CBI heat also on Anil Ambani. And lastly, Shubhanshu Shukla's message to the country on India's National Space Day. So let's get started, viewers, with the top story in focus. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar slammed United States President Donald Trump, claiming that there has never been another US president who conducts their foreign policy, including trade, so publicly as the current one does. He has emphasized that India's purchase of Russian oil was not discussed prior to Trump raising the tariffs on Indian goods to 50%. He further went on to emphasize that he was perplexed as India was not even the biggest importer of Russian oil. In fact, the Indian purchase of US oil had also increased, and he has in fact called out publicly the double standards of United States, and he has said that India will never accept any external mediation. He has reiterated India's stand, and that India never entertain anybody's mediation as far as India-Pakistan conflict is concerned. Viewers, we have senior journalist R.N. Bhaskar with us. We will just connect with him in a few seconds from now, viewers, but the message is clear that farmers' interest, he has very categorically said that, viewers, that farmers, the small businesses are to be protected. That is India's priority, and India won't compromise when it comes to our farmers, when it comes to our small producers, small businessmen, and nothing can deter India. India will never bow down. The message is loud and clear, and Trump, his office, should be listening to this. And R.N. Bhaskar, senior journalist and geopolitical expert, is joining us here at 6 p.m. Thank you so much, sir. Very good evening to you. And, India, of course, has been sending out these messages very much clearly that it will protect its interests. On the other side, we see that White House also continues to needle India, tries to, maybe provoke a reaction, it seems. But India stands very, very strong, sir. How do you see the latest statement by Dr. Jaishankar?
Well, Jaishankar is right in the sense that India has to protect its own interests. But please remember that suddenly the narrative is shifting. Just about a month ago, India would not speak anything against the US.
Yeah.
But today it's emboldened.
Yeah.
It's emboldened, one, because the tariffs that they imposed in India were unfair, were unjust, and India decided to stand up. Secondly, this is a time when Russia also stood by India, and it so happens that China also believes that India and China can work together, and Wang Yi is in India right now, and so is the Russian trade minister, to find out ways in which the three countries can work together. Russia, India, China is a formidable combination which protects India's interests, and together that changes geopolitics altogether.
Yes, sir. And also the fact that we see that Jaishankar is also calling out the truth. And in fact, he's unmasking what's been happening, because we see that Donald Trump thinks that nobody will speak up ever. Jaishankar has clearly said that, these things were not discussed before the tariffs were even announced. So one has to be bold enough, and India today stands so strong that we call out the bluff. so to speak, that these things were not discussed on table and the talks are still underway. And these statements are coming in while the talks are still impending.
Yes, you're right. Unfortunately, the US has followed a practice of shooting first, asking questions later. And the US believes that it can publicly humiliate anyone they want.
Yeah.
And as a result, India kept quiet. India kept quiet when the hostages were shackled and manacled and sent back home. India kept quiet when America started saying that we are going to impose tariffs on everybody. And while the rest of the world started looking for alternatives, India said, no, let's try to work with USA. But when USA turned around against India, that was the time when India had to stand up because they wanted to send agricultural products to India, which would have jeopardized India's economy.
Yeah.
And they suddenly turned around and said, you cannot import oil from Russia. That was never on the cards, on the table.
Yes, sir.
And the US has done the same thing before also. By trying to sanction Russia, they pushed Russia to China's hands. Now, by putting the tariffs on India's hands, on India, it's pushing India also China-wards.
Yeah.
Effectively, the US is doing everything that is only undermining its own long-term interests.
Yes.
And is making the Eastern Bloc stronger.
Yes.
And the East is going to decide the global economy within the next decade.
Absolutely. It's very interesting to see how the RIC, in fact, is even coming more closer, and it's a counter effect of what Trump is maybe intending for the longest time. Thanks so much, Mr. Bhaskar, for joining us on Republic TV with your insights in this story. And we will shift our focus to the other story. We're tracking on 6 stories at 6, a Republic Kannada expose that had unmasked the entire Dharmastala hoax. The identity of the masked man now has been revealed. His name is C.N. Chinnaya, a resident of Mandya, and he has now been sent to 10-day SIT custody, with the SIT claiming now that he was shielded by larger groups. And this comes right after his former wife exposed him, saying that he was getting money to tarnish the sacred site of Dharmastala. Republic Kannada acquired a clinching clip as well, a secret meeting of anti-Dharmastala conspiracists as well. Here's a report. In fact, we will just get you more details from Republic Kannada newsroom on that, viewers. This was a visual from today morning. This morning we saw that this masked man has been arrested. His name is Chinnaya. And now, viewers, Republic TV has been continuously getting you updates on that, leading the coverage, and other media channels have been compelled now to show you what's been happening. In fact, we also have the information on how 4 people, that includes this man called Chinnaya, the so-called, who was known to be the whistleblower, but actually turns out to be someone who was only a part of this hoax, a front for this hoax. The old woman called Sujata Bhatt, who has confessed to Republic TV that she was in fact tutored to say what she had in fact claimed. She, along with 2 other people, had traveled to Delhi for a meeting with someone influential. Now, who is that person who was in fact orchestrating this hoax? That remains to be seen. That is yet to be unmasked. But this entire lobby stands exposed. The YouTuber activist lobby stands exposed. The masked man has also talked about how there was a left group. There was pressure from left groups. Okay, I have Executive Editor of News Niranjan Narayan-Swamy joining us live in the broadcast from Republic Newsroom. Niranjan, well, we see that things are coming out, things are being revealed, day by day, and Republic TV is leading the coverage. But there are many other people who are yet to be unmasked, including the influential person who these people had met in Delhi.
A couple of very important points as we break the details of the Dharmastala hoax, Rakshita. At 7 p.m. tonight, we are breaking more details of the masked man. He's not masked anymore, completely unmasked. His name is Chinnaya, and it appears Chinnaya is not even from Karnataka. That is the big breaking news update that we are putting out at 7 p.m. So our viewers can watch out for that. There is a big breaking coming up at 7. We have details of who this masked man is, where he came from, who are his family members, what is the background, who stays in his house, and a very, very big revelation that's also come in the course of our investigation on this masked man. Now, in the last few weeks, Republic TV has been exposing the entire plot. It was a very well-planned plot, and dare I say, with political help in planning this entire conspiracy. The 4 people who are now in question, some of the activists like Mahesh Timurodi, who was arrested, now granted bail. There's another activist called Jayant who came forward and claimed he's the second witness. And Sujata Bhatt, who claimed she was a complainant. And 4 Chinnaya, alias Masked Man, who was the first complainant, the main so-called whistleblower. He's not the whistleblower. Here is the thing. All 4 of them traveled on a flight between June 2nd to June 6th. June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, they came to Delhi. They met a certain political leader / lawyer. They were here in Delhi, parked in Delhi for a few days, and we are hearing there were also some photographs that were taken, and they planned the entire Dharmastala conspiracy sitting in Delhi, went back, executed it, and it was done so well, Rakshita. And the reason why I'm saying it was done so well, because they had the Maoist media. Why are we saying Maoist media? They're left-leaning organizations, and we are not saying it. The lawyer who was fighting for all these people called Balan, we exposed yesterday how he came on the camera, told, there was a secret meeting where he said that it is a left and YouTuber versus a 2 lakh crore empire in Dharmasthala. So there is a left Maoist media which helped these conspirators, and the same Maoist media, you will look at the kind of articles that they put out. Just search for Dharmasthala mass burial and you will see thousands of links, and very surprisingly many of those links will be from 1 or 2 or 3 organizations right on top, because all of them, we are told, were part of this conspiracy. Some of them were also paid. We don't know whether they were paid by the conspirators, the activists, or a few political players, or few governments. We don't know. Now, all of this is subject to investigation, so we are holding back a little bit. But just enough to say that all of these Lutyens, Maoist media refused to touch the story in the last 7 to 10 days, when Republic Kannada kept exposing, the Masked Man and all the different contradictions. We exposed him and we said that his versions didn't match, the names didn't match. And we spoke of how the Masked Man had confessed to being under pressure. And then systematically, we also exposed Sujata Bhatt. There was an interview of this old lady. She had gained a lot of sympathy. Let me tell you, when the story broke, when she first came to the media and showed a photo claiming that was her daughter named Ananya Bhatt, everybody fell for it. And the same Maoist media amplified that. They amplified it and everybody fell for it. There was so much of a sympathy that was built, and the same Maoist media and the Lutyens media, they amplified it to the level of, they did interviews with her. But they refused to, in the last 7 days as the conspiracy collapsed, they refused to even reflect the fact that these same activists had been arrested. They refused to report even on the Masked Man being arrested this morning until Republic exposed them, named them, called them out, and they were forced to report on it. So they've gone into complete cover. But let me tell you, in the last 7 days, we have done at least 10 to 15 exposés on Republic Media Network, led by Republic Kannada, and we have shown how this entire mass burial claim was a plot to defame temple, Dharmasthala temple, one of the holiest sites for Hindus, a plot to defame the holy land of Dharmasthala, a plot to defame Hindus, and a plot by Maoists. A plot by Maoists. And you may ask, why am I saying that? At 7 o'clock, we have some big breaking news updates coming in. This was a very, very big, well-planned conspiracy. Details of that in a short while from now. Back to you for now.
Right. Thank you so much, Niranjan, for joining us with those details coming in. And viewers, of course, stay tuned to 7 p.m. when we get you more exclusive inputs on that. We will shift our focus to now other story that we're tracking. Story number 3 is the shocker coming in from Greater Noida. 25-year-old woman named Nikki was allegedly killed by her husband and her mother-in-law in a dowry-related incident in Greater Noida's Sirsa village. Now, Nikki is a resident of Dadri's Rukbas. She was married in 2016 and had been subjected to harassment and physical abuse by her husband, who had a history of alcohol abuse, and her mother was also beating her, harassing her. In fact, this latest incident that led to her death has been caught on camera. This happened when Nikki's husband and mother-in-law poured petrol on her and set her on fire. Now, Nikki's sister captured this video where her sister was being assaulted and how she was set ablaze, and it has helped in action from the police. Now, the family has registered a case and several teams were informed to investigate. And I think the husband has been taken into custody. That's the update we have right now. The husband has been taken to custody in the matter. And my colleague Kajal is joining us live on the broadcast from the victim's family. Kajal, हमें बताइए कि क्या ताज़ा जानकारी आपके सामने आ रही है, क्या कार्रवाई की गई है? जानकारी आ रही है कि जो पति है महिला का, वो कस्टडी में ले लिया गया, हिरासत में ले लिया गया है।
जी बिल्कुल, आपको बता दें कि अभी थोड़ी देर पहले की बात है जब गांव वाले जो है लगातार प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे थे और पूरे तरीके से जो कासना थाना है उसे घेर लिया था। लोग वहां पर नारेबाजी कर रहे थे, प्रदर्शन करते हुए नजर आ रहे थे और लोगों का कहना ये था कि 48 घंटे से ज़्यादा का वक्त हो गया है जब जो है सिर्फ रिपोर्ट दर्ज की गई है, बल्कि किसी को गिरफ्तार नहीं किया गया है। इसे लेकर लगातार लोग वहाँ पर नारेबाजी कर रहे थे। पुलिस से भी बहुत देर तक बहसबाजी हुई। पुलिस ने आश्वासन दिया कि 2 दिन में कस्टडी में लेंगे उसके पति जो बिपिन भाटी है उनको, लेकिन फिलहाल ये खबर आ रही है कि बिपिन भाटी को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है। क्योंकि इससे पहले की अगर हम बात करें तो कुछ देर पहले की ही बात है कि जब इंस्टाग्राम पर बिपिन भाटी ने स्टोरी लगाई हुई थी, उस पर कई तरीके के जवाब जो है वो लिखे हुए थे। हालांकि साफ तौर पर बिपिन भाटी अपने आप को बेकसूर बता रहा है लेकिन स्टोरी के जरिए, लेकिन अगर वीडियो जो सामने आ रही है उसमें साफ तौर पर ये देखा जा रहा है किस तरीके से बिपिन भाटी की जो मदर है और जो बिपिन भाटी है वो किस तरीके से निक्की को पीटता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। और जो निक्की की बहन है, दोनों बहनों की शादी एक ही घर में हुई है, 2016 में हुई थी। जो मदर का और जो निक्की की बहन का आरोप है वो साफ तौर पर ये है कि आए दिन ऐसी मारपीट की घटनाएं होती रहती थी, क्योंकि बिपिन जो है उसका अफेयर किसी और लड़की से था। उसने कोर्ट मैरिज कर रखी थी, जिसके चलते वो लगातार पैसों की फरमाइश जो है वो निक्की से करता था, निक्की पर दबाव डालता था। वो कहता था कि मुझे पैसे चाहिए, 35 लाख रुपए चाहिए। हालांकि बीच बीच में घर वालों की तरफ से कुछ पैसे भी दिए जाते थे। आरोप ये भी है कि निक्की का जो पति है बिपिन, वो किसी भी तरीके का कोई रोजगार नहीं करता था, कोई जॉब नहीं करता था, सिर्फ घूमता था और शराब पीने का काम करता था। इसे लेकर भी लगातार बहसबाजी होती रहती थी। और 21 तारीख की शाम को निक्की के पति के साथ बहसबाजी हुई, लेकिन उससे पहले यानी कि 20 तारीख को निक्की की जो बहन है उसको नशीला पदार्थ दिया गया, वो भी उसके पति के द्वारा। और उसके बाद से वो पूरे तरीके से बेहोशी की हालत में थी। निक्की के साथ जिस वक्त ये मारपीट हो रही थी, इस तरीके की घटना हो रही थी, उस वक्त उसकी बहन का कहना यह है कि मैं देख सब कुछ पा रही थी पर मैं कुछ कर नहीं पा रही थी। हालांकि उसने जो है उसको थोड़ा सा होश आया, उसने पानी फेंकने की निक्की पर कोशिश की, बचाने की कोशिश की, लेकिन उसके तुरंत बाद फिर से वो बेहोश हो गई, जिसकी वजह से वो कुछ नहीं कर पाई। और लगातार परिवार वाले जो है वो आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि 2016 से लेकर अब तक लगातार निक्की को टॉर्चर किया जाता रहा है घर वालों के तरफ से। कई बार गांव वालों के लिए पंचायत भी बुलाई गई। निक्की के जो घर वाले हैं वो भी कई बार यहां पर आए और बात करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन जितनी भी बार घर वाले निक्की के आते थे, बातचीत करते थे, उसने पता सब कुछ। और निक्की का जो पति मैं सुधर जाऊंगा या इस तरीके की कई बार बातें कहता था, लेकिन फिर कुछ समय बाद इसी तरीके की घटनाएं जो है वो सामने आ रही थी और लगातार घर वाले भी निक्की के जो है वो परेशान हो रहे थे। और लगातार आपको बता दें 2016 से लेकर अब तक पैसों की मांग निक्की के जो पति हैं बिपिन, उनकी तरफ से की जाती रही है। 35 लाख रुपए की भी डिमांड रखी गई थी कि 35 लाख रुपए उसको चाहिए और किसी भी तरीके से निक्की उसको ला कर दे। हालांकि जो निक्की का पति था वो पूरे तरीके से जॉबलेस था। निक्की अपना पार्लर चलाती थी और जिस दिन ये घटना हुई उस दिन उसकी बहन जो है कंचन, उसको कोई नशीली पदार्थ दी गई थी, जिसके वजह से वो सेंसेस में नहीं थी और ये सब कुछ देख पा रही थी, लेकिन उस वक्त कुछ कर नहीं पा रही थी वो।
बिल्कुल, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया काजल हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए, ताज़ा जानकारी के लिए। व्यूअर्स, we keep a close eye. It's a shocker coming in from Greater Noida, that is in the NCR region. We were shifting our focus to the other stories we're tracking for you. This is from Karnataka. Just a day after the ED conducted multiple searches at the premises linked to Karnataka Congress MLA KC Virendra and some others. Today the ED has arrested him in Sikkim's Gangtok in connection with illegal online and offline betting case. Now, the Congress MLA was arrested under the provisions of the PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, and the investigative agency says it has recovered approximately 12 crore rupees in cash. That includes 1 crore rupee in foreign currency, gold jewelry worth 6 crore rupees, silver articles around 10 kilograms. So there you have the visuals of the seizure that has been made by the agency. The cash, the jewelry, and even it includes foreign currency as well. And silver utensils have also been seized. So we'll just get you more details on that. The ED heat now on Congress MLA, Karnataka Congress MLA, and he's known to be close to the leadership, Karnataka Congress leadership, DK Shivkumar's brother, DK Suresh as well. And there are multiple other businesses that includes the casinos in Goa that are also under the ED's lens, under ED's scanner. All right, viewers, now we shift our focus to the other story. But tracking today, the CBI raided the premises linked to Reliance Communications and its promoter director Anil Ambani in connection with an alleged bank fraud case that caused a loss of over 2,000 crore rupees to the SBI. The searches were conducted at 6 locations linked to RCom and 66-year-old businessman Anil Ambani in Mumbai. Today's searches were aimed at gathering crucial documents and digital evidence to establish how the bank funds were being misused and whether the loans were diverted. The agency has also registered a case against RCom for causing losses of over 2,000 crore rupees to the SBI. Here's a report.
17,000 करोड़ बैंक धोखाधड़ी मामले को लेकर सीबीआई ने आज अनिल अंबानी घर पर सुबह 7 बजे रेड किया था। ये अनिल अंबानी घर देख रहे हैं। सुबह सीबीआई की टीम पहुंची हुई थी और जिस समय सीबीआई की टीम पहुंची थी उस समय अनिल अंबानी अपने पूरे परिवार के साथ अपने घर पे मौजूद थे। सीबीआई की टीम लगातार सर्च किया। लगभग 6 घंटे तक सीबीआई की टीम अंदर मौजूद थी और लगातार सर्च ऑपरेशन किया गया है। कई ऐसे डॉक्यूमेंट लेकर सीबीआई की टीम गई है जो इस मामले को लेकर जांच में कहीं सहयोग करेगा। सीबीआई की टीम ने इसके अलावा अनिल अंबानी घर के अलावा कई ऐसे अनिल अंबानी के ऑफिसों में भी रेड किया था सुबह और वहां पर भी सर्च ऑपरेशन किया और कई डॉक्यूमेंट इस मामले को लेकर गई है। सीबीआई लगातार इस मामले को लेकर जांच कर रही है। इसके पहले ईडी ने भी रेड किया था और ईडी ने अनिल अंबानी से पूछताछ किया था और आज सुबह 7 बजे तकरीबन सीबीआई की टीम पहुंची और अनिल अंबानी घर पर रेड किया और यहां पे सर्च ऑपरेशन किया। यही नहीं, अनिल अंबानी की जो ऑफिसें हैं वहां पर भी सीबीआई की टीम पहुंची और सर्च ऑपरेशन करके कई ऐसे डॉक्यूमेंट लेकर गई है।
Viewers, final story of the show as India gears up to celebrate National Space Day. That's today. Its journey from launching a modest sounding rocket in 1963 to emerging as a major force now in the global space exploration surely reflects the remarkable progress, and today is the day to celebrate that. The ISRO led nation's rapidly expanding space program marked by path-breaking innovations, international collaborations, growing private sector involvement and ambitious plans for human space flight and planetary missions. And today India celebrates its second National Space Day with the theme Aryabhatta to Gaganyaan, Ancient Wisdom to Infinite Possibilities. Take a listen in to how India's space hero celebrated the Space Day and the message he sent out for the country.
I was just thinking about this, what is happening here. 2 years ago, we did not have this celebration. Last year, we started 2024 and this is 2025. And within 2 years, this is the excitement that we have been able to create. We have some really big ambitions going forward. Gaganyaan mission, Bharatiya Antariksh Station, and eventually landing on the moon. And what it requires is all the kids who are sitting here to be excited because we will need all of you. And I'm so happy to see that you're already being a part of various competitions that are being organized and competing among yourselves, and in turn creating this curiosity about space exploration. I think to achieve such big and bold ambitions that we have, it requires the resources of an entire nation, right from the kids. ISRO is already doing a fantastic job in involving everyone because this is what we need going into the future. The industries, the schools, the academia, and the resources of the entire country to make these ambitions a reality, a goal. The celebration or the excitement that I see here in this room, let me tell you, in the past 1 year, I've been traveling globally for my training for the Axiom 4 mission to the International Space Station. This excitement is not limited to this room. This excitement for India is present all over the world. Wherever I have gone, I have interacted with everyone.
And Prime Minister Modi also addressed the nation on the second National Space Day, honoring India's space legacy. Listen in.
फ्रेंड्स, भारत स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी को साइंटिफिक एक्सप्लोरेशन के साथ ही ईज ऑफ लिविंग का भी माध्यम मानता है। आज स्पेस टेक भारत में गवर्नेंस का भी हिस्सा बन रहा है। फसल बीमा योजना में सैटेलाइट बेस्ड आकलन हो, मछुआरों को सैटेलाइट से मिल रही जानकारी और सुरक्षा हो, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट हो, या पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान में जियो स्पेशियल डेटा का इस्तेमाल हो। आज स्पेस में भारत की प्रगति सामान्य नागरिकों का जीवन आसान बना रही है। इसी दिशा में केंद्र और राज्यों में स्पेस टेक का इस्तेमाल बढ़ाने के लिए कल नेशनल मीट 2.0 का आयोजन भी हुआ है। मैं चाहूंगा ऐसे प्रयास आगे भी चलते रहें। हमारे स्पेस स्टार्टअप भी नागरिकों की सेवा के लिए नए सॉल्यूशंस दे, नए इनोवेशंस करे। मुझे विश्वास है आने वाले समय में अंतरिक्ष में भारत की यात्रा नई ऊंचाइयों को छुएगी। इसी विश्वास के साथ आप सभी को एक बार फिर नेशनल स्पेस डे की बहुत बहुत बधाई। धन्यवाद।
And that's all we could pack in this edition of 6 Stories at 6. We'll be right back, viewers, with more on the other side. Stay tuned.